Yeah, I mean, Jim Zettel has taken 9 this game, and only 3 of it is from Milo.
Yeah, 2 fetch lands and a lot of battlefield forge hits.
Yeah, Mantis Rider swings in. Milo down to 17. Another Rabble Master, the draw for JB Milo. That gives him a difficult decision. He can dash Martyr Scout, he can play Goblin Rabble Master. He has a Stoke the Flames in his hand. That's not online just yet. Dashing Martyr Scout is the best on this turn, but it also leaves him with no board.
Yep. It also maybe, depending on how much he values the Rabble Master, he may try to wait a turn before casting the Rabble Master and hope by just hard casting the Mardu Scout that he might induce a removal spell.
So he goes with Rabble Master, the Goblin swings into Mantis Rider, and Milo passes. Jim with has a Rabble Master of his own along with Stoke the Flames and Wild Slash. It looks like a good setup for Jim Davis.
Yeah, this is a pretty solid spot here.
And Jim is at 11. He knows he's ahead on the board by a pretty significant amount.
Tapping out for Rabble Master is not an acceptable play in my mind. It's just an issue of if Jim wants to use which removal spell does he want to use? Wild Slash or Stoke the Flames?
Mantis Rider will swing and put Milo down to 14. Jim's going to pass. And by passing here, he's actually turned on Milo's Stoke the Flames.
But I think that actually might be a mild trap here from Jim, because Jim might be saying, if I kill this thing and he responds by stoking, that's an opportunity for me to cast my Rabble Master and get in one hit. And I devour his Holzer.
If Milo really believes Jim doesn't have a kill spell, there's a lot of plays. He can pre-combat, play Martyr Scout. All right, Milo goes to combat. In response, Jim's going to cast Stoke the Flames on Rabble Master. Jim does take 1, though. That Battlefield Forge has hit him 4 times this game.
Yeah. Although better than not having red mana at all. You know, that's the cost.
It'll take care of Rabble Master. We'll see if Milo wants to Stoke back. It does not look so. Maybe he wants to just Lightning Strike back. That Stoke is 1 more damage.
I actually think he may want to dash the Mardu Scout this turn. He's got 7 points of burn in his hand. And Jim is a couple turns away from able to end this thing. He might say go to 7 and
he
try
does
to burn you out.
Dash a Scout. Jim's down to 7. Milo has 7 points of burn. Yeah. Now, but Jim's draw, this is a pretty big one. It's a second copy of Mantis Rider. Jim can cast it, but this is once again, you see this Battlefield Forge has just been a thorn in Jim's side. He could cast the second Mantis Rider, but the difference between 7 and 6 is huge here. If Milo draws a land and Jim has 2 Mantis Riders, he can dash Mardu Scout, and Jim's forced into blocking.
Yep.
And he's going to do it. It's down to 6. Here's 2 Mantis Riders. Milo goes to 8. And first time I think Milo wants to top deck this Mountain.
Oh, real bad. Mountain is an insane draw here from Milo.
So 8 and 6. Jim has Wild Slash and Stoke the Flames in his hand. If he draws a land next turn, it would have to be a Mountain to cast all of them. He's still choked on red and taking a lot of damage off his own Battlefield Forge. Can Milo draw the Mountain? He does not. He draws Foundry Street Denizen.
I don't think he can dash the Mardu Scout now, because once he casts the Foundry Street Denizen...
He's planning to Lightning Strike down a Mantis Rider.
Yeah.
But wants to do it on Jim's turn. Jim's draws Goblin Rabble Master. That's no help. I don't think he really wants to cast any red spells.
No.
Though his whole hand is red. Does make things problematic. 2 Mantis Riders swing in. It's going to be Lightning Strike on one of them. Because Jim got to untap... I said he could have convoked a Stoke there because he had 2 red creatures. Decides not to. JB Milo goes down to 5. Really close game here. 5 life points apiece. It will be Rabble Master on Jim's side. This is post-combat, though, so no Goblin is made. And at 5-5, we are back to Milo. Jim hoping that this Mantis Rider plus Wild Slash is enough. Milo's in tough side. If he dashes the Mardu Scout, Jim will block with Rabble Master, swing, and cast Wild Slash for the win. If he holds back, then I think Milo's dead on board. So Milo's going to make that play. He'll dash Mardu Scout.
No, he's just playing this
playing
block.
Mardu Scout to block.
Yeah, he's looking potentially to either Stoke the Flames, the Mantis Rider, or just be able to cobble together an Alpha Strike next turn.
Mystic Monastery, the draw for Jim Davis. It's been a game where Milo mulliganed to 5, but he got a lot of help from Jim's copy of Battlefield Forge. Here's the Goblin token off Rabble Master. Go to attacks for Jim. It's going to be all 3, it looks like.
So with this sort of attack, I think Milo is going to end up in a spot where he can still draw Stoke the Flames to win.
So if your Milo probably has to trade the whole board away. The Rabble Master's 3+. Yeah, he's going to put all his creatures in front of Jim's, which means he's locked into casting this Stoke that's in his hand.
Yeah. And at that point, I guess Jim... Well, the problem with this play now is that Jim has picked up Mystic Monastery. So if he wants to, he can keep himself at 5 and wait until next turn to deploy the Rabble Master.
So what I like about Milo... Okay, so Milo's blocked here, but before damage, he's stoking at Jim, which will put Jim to 1. Jim can't cast the Wild Slash here.
Wow. And then that
because
red.
he did this before the Mantis Rider damage connected, it locks Jim off red mana. His whole hand is irrelevant.
This is the riskier play. Because now next
Milo
turn,
down to 2, yeah. Okay,
Jim has Mantis Rider, but this is locking out his entire hand, and Milo has a draw to a burn spell.
Come on, top decks right here. Jim at 1, Milo at 2. Can he do it? Flips the top card. And it's no, it's a searing blood, and it's so close. But Jim Davis,
wow!
And what a finish! What a match played on both sides. Jim Davis gets it in 3, wins at 1 life. From JB Milo at 2, and that'll send Jim to the top 4.
Wow! I mean, that's just that one was great. Milo there with a bold line of play there. I think sensing that, long term he can't. He's got no cards in hand versus Jim's hand.
Right.
So by killing the Mantis Rider, he's playing again no hand against 2 cards with an opponent at 5. Went for broke there, which I think is a great risk, and just a little bit short.